Columbia in Maury County. I'm Chaz Molder, Mayor of the City of Columbia, and I'm so proud to be here today to take part in the Maury Alliance From the Mayor's Desk program. As you can see, I am at my mayor's desk, but I'm not at City Hall. My backdrop today is the Columbia Aquatics and Recreation Center. I'm so proud to be here. This was an investment that our community made in early 2025, January of this year, and it has passed every metric of success that we could have ever envisioned. And so I'm excited to be here today to talk about not just the Columbia Aquatics and Recreation Center, but all of the positive things that are going on in Columbia. You know, I'm sitting at my mayor's desk, and I want to point out that it's not at the mayor's desk in City Hall where most of the action happens. It's outside in our community. It's where our community comes together. That's what I love about this center. That's what I love about our parks. That's what I love about our farmers market. That's what I love about our downtown, because where the people come together, that's where our community's strong. So I'm glad to be outside, out and about our community together, so that you can see firsthand that this is a place where people come together. You know, I don't think that there is a better job to have than being able to say that you're the mayor of your hometown. I had the privilege to grow up in Columbia. Went to public schools here in Columbia, went off to UT and then to Memphis Law School, and came back home. And being able to serve as the mayor, that I grew up riding my bike downtown to Reynolds Drug Store to get a milkshake, or to go to the local jewelry stores, to now have the opportunity to be in a position to help our downtown district or to help expand our parks facilities. But there's one thing in particular that I will always harken back to. When I was the student body president of Columbia Central High School, I decided that there needed to be a sign that pointed folks to the direction of our high school. So I picked up the phone and called Barbara McIntyre, who was actually the first female elected mayor in the city of Columbia. And Mayor McIntyre not only took my call, but she actually made sure that a sign was installed. And I never will forget that the small thing that she did made such a large impact in my life. And in a lot of ways, that's what inspired me to be in this role in today. Well, I will have to say there are two things that I'm most proud of in the past year. I can't just narrow it down to one. But first and foremost is that we are currently underway in the largest street paving project in city history. We have budgeted over $4.5 million to pave over 25 miles worth of city streets. Now, keep in mind, these are city streets. These are neighborhood streets and roads. These are not state routes or county highway roads. But over 25 miles of city streets will be repaved. And if there's any complaint that I get on a regular basis, it's always, hey, Mayor, can you fix the potholes? And so this city council decided that we wanted to take a substantive investment in fixing those potholes on roads that we can control. The second thing that I'm most proud of, unquestionably, is where I am sitting today, and that is the Columbia Aquatics and Recreation Center. It was a risk that we took as a community, not knowing exactly what we were getting into from the standpoint of cost and staffing, but recognizing also that it was an investment that was worth the risk. And I'm so proud of the return that we've already seen on this investment. It would not have been possible without our Parks and Recreation Department, which is second to none in the country, in my opinion, when it comes to Parks and Recreation Department. They're truly the reason that this center has succeeded. And it's not just this center that succeeds in our park inventory. It's Woodland Park, it's Fairview Park, it's the Riverwalk Park. All of our parks succeed, but this one, our new acquisition, certainly ranks among the top of my list in terms of what I'm most proud about, not just this year, but in my entire 6 years in office. Well, I think any mayor recognizes that their community is always going to have challenges. And I think that challenges are things that we should look at not necessarily from a negative perspective, but to look at it as an opportunity. Many of the challenges that we're facing are due to growth. If we did not have growth, then we might not have those challenges. On the other hand, if we did not have that growth, we might not have the ability to fund acquisitions, such as a recreation center, which is providing indoor recreation space, indoor basketball courts, outdoor pools, indoor pools. And so there are investments that we're able to make as a result of the growth that is also presenting challenges. Certainly on a more substantive level, I think everybody in our region needs to be concerned about our water supply and ensuring that we have long-term water supply. I'm very proud with Columbia Power and Water Systems and the progress that's being made with respect to being able to have a larger water supply. So certainly water supplies on all of our lists of challenges, and then obviously solid waste will become an increasing challenge as well. It's currently a challenge being experienced more so in Nashville and Murfreesboro, but certainly will come down here. But again, I see challenges as being opportunities for successes, and so that's how I want to take on those challenges. Well, I certainly think that the city of Columbia today is in a better place than it was 5 years ago. And my hope and my belief is that the city of Columbia, Tennessee will be in a better place 5 years from now than it is today. I look back at our forefathers and our prior leadership of our community, and in a lot of ways they positioned us for this moment in time in which we are in, which is a time of extreme growth and of heavy momentum. And I want to be able for the leaders of our community 5 and 10 and 20 years down the road, some of which may be swimming in these pools now, I want them to be able to say that the leadership of 2025 positioned them for their community to continue that momentum and growth. And so I do not see any sign of the positive momentum Columbia has slowing down anytime soon. In fact, at this moment, we have a number of commercial and retail developments that are underway that I'm very excited about. I think they're now seeing that Columbia is the place to be, so we can shop more at home and keep our money here at home. And I think that's going to continue over the next 5 years. I think our best years in Columbia, Tennessee are yet to come. There are a lot of things that I love about the city of Columbia, and asking a politician what they love most is very difficult because you don't want to single anyone or anything out or exclude anyone, especially asking someone who was born here, was raised here, and will spend the rest of my days in this community. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be here. What I love the most, though, if I had to narrow it down to one, as the mayor, I love having the front row seat to what's happening in our community. But more importantly, as the mayor, I've grown to love and appreciate the importance of the city employee. Before I was the mayor, I didn't realize that it was actually the city employee that made our community a success. And so as the mayor, it's the city employee that I love the most. As a citizen, it's its people. Columbia is a generous place. We're a hospitable place. We're a community that I get emails from visitors that said, "Hey, Mayor, just wanted to let you know I was coming through your town. People actually said hello to me," or people gave me directions to a restaurant. I don't think you find that just anywhere, but you find it in Columbia, Tennessee. I think that's because the leadership sets a positive tone, whether or not that be the mayor and city council or our city employees. But I think our people as well sort of take that. And it means a lot to get a compliment that we're a friendly city, and I believe that we are. And so I'd say that is my favorite thing about Columbia is its people. One of the things that I'm most happy about with respect to our citizens' ability to stay informed is that we have a very strong social media presence. And so whether or not you're following the City of Columbia Facebook page, which has over 25,000 followers, or the City of Columbia Police Department page, which has just as many followers, or the Visit Columbia page, or the Parks and Recreation page, or the Public Works page that might talk about when your grass collection is going to be picked up due to it falling on a holiday. We have a very strong social media presence across our city. And so I would first encourage you to follow those departments. Follow the City of Columbia and learn and get up-to-date information from there. I'm also proud to say that previously our city council meetings were not videoed live. Now, however, you can watch our city council meetings live and actually follow up to the second developments that are happening in your community by watching those meetings. Obviously, also reading newspapers and just trying to stay informed. And, you know, there's a lot of negativity that's out there in this world, a lot of divisiveness. But the beauty of a small town, the beauty of a community is that we are stronger when we're united. I think we take that to heart. And I think that it's not very hard if you either want to be informed with what's happening in your community, or better yet, if you want to be involved with what's happening in your community. We provide plenty of opportunity for that. And I would just encourage you again to start on social media, or if all else fails and social media is not your thing, just give us a call at City Hall and I'll promise to plug you in. Well, I want to say thank you to the Maury Alliance for the opportunity to provide a program from the Mayor's Desk here on location at the Columbia Aquatics and Recreation Center. I wanted to get out and about from City Hall because, again, this is where the action happens. Not behind a desk in a building downtown Columbia, but out in the community, amongst our community centers, in our parks, in our schools, in our places of higher education. We want to get out and about in the community, and so I really appreciate the Alliance for providing that opportunity. The other thing I would say is that of the many honors I've had in my life, there's been no greater honor than serving as the mayor of Columbia, Tennessee. You think back as a kid and the dreams that you had when you were in school and elementary school and looking out the window of your community and wondering if you would ever come back here one day or what the future might entail. I don't think that I saw the potential of being mayor of Columbia in my future, but I'm very fortunate that that has come to be the case. I feel very blessed that I've had the opportunity. I wake up each and every day proud to be the mayor of Columbia, Tennessee. And as I tell kids when I speak to them, I don't necessarily want every one of them to feel like they have to come back to Columbia, although I hope that a lot of them will come back to Columbia. Wherever they may land, whether or not it's Columbia or whether or not it's somewhere far, far away from here, I always want them to be proud of their hometown of Columbia, Tennessee. And that's what I'm doing on a daily basis, is working hard to make sure that they can have that pride. So again, Maury Alliance, thank you for having me. I'm from the mayor's desk, and to all of you who have tuned in and watched, thank you for watching. It's an honor to be your mayor.